Kit Kats can read. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review on Did I Mention I Need You by Estelle Maskame. This is book number 2 in the Did I Mention I Love You series, which is also known as Dimily for short. As a very quick disclaimer, this is a book that I have purchased myself. I got it secondhand from eBay literally this year. This is going to contain my true opinions only, but all I can say guys is you need to read this book. So the first half of this review is going to contain non-spoilers just because it is a sequel, and then the second half I will talk about things that happened throughout the book which I liked and how I felt and all of that sort of stuff. So first of all, I'm going to give the synopsis of the first book, and that is Did I Mention I Love You. So we have the character Eden. She is sent from her mum's to stay with her dad and his wife and her stepbrothers, who she's never really met, and she goes down there and then she meets all of them, and then she finds that one of the stepbrothers, Tyler, is just like this really difficult character who's very troubled and is going through a lot, and she feels like she wants to save him, like she's really intrigued by him, and Tyler's also really intrigued by Eden, and yet they're stepbrother and stepsister by marriage. So yeah, they get more into it, and yes, a romance starts to develop, and then they start to sort of think like could this happen because we are related by marriage sort of thing, and they just find that they can't help themselves because, you know, you can't help who you fall in love with pretty much. And yeah, pretty much the story of that. There's also the fact that Tyler has a girlfriend in this who is very psycho. She's called Tiffany. She's an absolute psychotic bitch, and yeah, she treats him like shit, and just the things that she does and things that she says, she's horrible. And Eden makes other friends in this as well, like Rachel, and she is unfortunately also friends with Tiffany, so she has to learn to try and be friends with them. And yeah, so it's pretty much about that. And the first book I love so much. It is probably one of my favourite books of the year so far. So did the sequel hold up to the first book? I will have to say for me, yes it did. Like, there's a lot of angst and there's a lot of tension. So this involves a little bit of travelling in it. There's a lot of places that Eden visits with Tyler, and again there's a friendship that's there. There's a lot of betrayal, there's a lot of emotional stress. It's just one roller coaster, but the angst and the tension and the romance and just sort of the words and the things that are done and the things that are said and the things that are found out. And there's something in this book where there's a moment like 3/4 in and you're just like, that is so sweet, and it's just like, oh, and yeah, just I want a romance like that, like, oh, just, but yeah, so oh, just it's such a good sequel. But there's something that happens at the end of the book where I'm just like, oh, it's definitely a cliffhanger ending. It's a really good sequel. I got a little bit frustrated with Eden in this book. Like, she was being a little bit slightly like jealous. Talk more about that later. I don't really want to say too much, but yeah. And then Tyler, I really like Tyler, like the things that he says and things that he does and everything in this book, like I really do like. There's Dean, who's the character in this book. I feel quite sorry for him because he seems like a really nice character, and it's just a shame. It's just a shame. They're really nice. They're a really nice person, and yeah, it's horrible. It's really horrible what happens to him. Tiffany's back in this book, still the same as usual. Still want to punch her in the face. She frustrates me so much. Eden's mum, love her so much. She's a mum that I would love to have. Why can't my mum be like that? Like, she's so cool. Like, she's so cool. But Eden's dad, hate him. Absolutely hate him. He's a horrible piece of work. Literally horrible. Oh, just, yeah, irritated. And also Tyler's younger brother, that's just below him. Jamie, I think his name is. Just the end of the book. That's all I can say on the non-spoiler part, but I will say it's really good. It's a really, really good sequel. If you love your romances, if you love the tension, if you love all of that stuff that I've mentioned, and yeah, forbidden romances, stepbrother, stepsister. Some people find it uncomfortable, some people do love the forbidden romance sort of thing, but I just want to let you know it's only forbidden by marriage. My neighbour above me just saw my camera and the fact that I was filming. That is awkward. So yes, I totally recommend it, and rating wise I gave this book 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. I loved it all. I was obsessed with reading it. Considering how busy I was, I always found myself drawn back to reading this book. And it's quite a bulky book. It's near to 400 pages. And yeah, so it's quite a mini sort of chunker. Obviously it's not quite a 450, 500 page book, but yeah, still quite on the chunky end. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Totally recommend for you to give it a read. So now I'm going to move on to the spoilery section, where I'm going to talk about more about the storyline, more about things that happen, more about what I thought about things that happen, and that sort of thing. So if you guys haven't read this book and you would like to read it, I implore that you do and come back. But yeah, it's worth a read. So with the storyline in this one, we have Tyler, who is living in New York City, and he invites Eden to come down and see him for the summer. And so she's very excited. She's just been like, oh my god, I get to see Tyler again. And this time around she's got a boyfriend called Dean, and he's a really, really nice guy, totally genuine, but there's just something that's kind of always been missing with their relationship. So she goes down to see Tyler, and she just finds when she sees him that she is still completely and utterly, irrevocably in love with him. And she wants to know if he still is too. So she learns all about New York City, she goes touring and everything, and then she is like, you know, do you have somebody in your life, like blah blah blah. And then eventually he reveals that he is still in love with her too. So then it's like a dun dun dun, what does she do? She's got Dean, and then they were really, really good for like I'd say the first half of this book, where they were just like, nope, we can't do it. Even Eden was like, why won't you kiss me? And Tyler's like, because you're with Dean, sort of thing, like, why won't you do this? Because you're with Dean. And then it got to a sort of moment throughout the book where it was just like, they could not stop it any longer. They could not control it any longer. And then they were like, we have to tell Dean afterwards. And so yeah, they like kiss each other, and then they sleep with each other, and then eventually Rachel, Tiffany and Dean all come down one day and completely surprise Eden and Tyler, and then they're like, shit, they've come down here. And then the secret eventually gets revealed. Tiffany pretty much figures it out. She tries to use it as an advantage of like blackmail, because she wants to get Tyler back, so she uses it like against Eden. She is like, if you don't dump Tyler right now, then I'm gonna tell Dean and your parents. And Eden is like, oh my god, I don't want that to happen, I want to do it for myself. So then she like tries to break heart with Tyler, and then Tyler is just like, no, why would you do this to me? He's distraught one night. Eden then sees him the next day, and then Tiffany is there. She sees that he is all over Tiffany, and she is like, nope, I'm not having this. I am telling you the truth. Tiffany blackmailed me into doing it. Luckily, we have Emily, who is a brilliant character. She is like a friend of Tyler's who went through this sort of like tour thing for the abuse thing, and she is just like, it's all true. What she says is the truth. Tiffany has blackmailed her. I was there when she said it. And so Tyler's like, get out, Tiffany, blah blah blah. Tiffany's like, you'll regret this. Tiffany ends up telling Dean. Dean comes banging on the door saying, is this true? And then they're just like, we're really sorry. And Dean's just like, don't ever talk to me again, like after having a little mini fist fight with Tyler. And so they go off, And then Rachel wants to meet with Eden, and she's just like, is it true? And then Eden's like, unfortunately it is. And then Rachel is just like, don't even talk to me again. Like, she pretty much shuns her as well. So then Eden and Tyler are like, well, we're not going to have any friends when we go back home to our parents. But then they're like, well, we need to tell our parents now. So they go off towards Eden's mum next, and then she is like, give me £70 to our partner. As they struck a deal, they knew that something was on, but Eden's mum, this is why I said I love Eden's mum, she was just like, yeah, I kind of knew something was going on. Obviously, it's not really recommended, but you love who you love. And I was just like, oh my goodness, she's awesome. And even like her partner is just sort of like, yeah, whatever. Like, they're really chilled about it. But when they go to the other house, like, Jamie, the brother, finds out when Tyler kisses Eden. And they go back to their parents. And then Jamie tells Eden's dad, who is absolutely 110% frustrated. He is drunk, he is frustrated, he is mad, and he is ready for war. So him and Tyler have a little bit of a mini fist fight, and then his wife is just sort of like, what, is this really true? She's just like, leave him to calm down, blah 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 blah. So they end up going off back to Eden's mum's and staying the night there in their separate rooms. Tyler then visits Eden in the middle of the night and is like, I need to run away, I need to be away from everything, I can't be with you, I can't with this, blah blah blah. And then Eden literally is feeling her heartbreak. She's just like, all of this for nothing, we've got no friends now, we have told everybody, and it feels like it's been for nothing, which I totally understand. I was feeling for her. Even I felt my heart go like, why would you do this, Tyler? But I completely kind of understand why Tyler is doing it as well, like why he's doing it. So yeah, it's an interesting situation. And then Tyler walks off. His dad has been let out of jail as well, so that's like a biggie in this book too. So Tyler also, he said he just needs to get away just to clear his head and just to think things through. He says that he will be back, he promises that he will be back, but I don't know what's going to happen in book number 3. I don't know whether Tyler is going to find things that are going to happen. I don't know whether he's just going to be very, very distant, and then Eden eventually sort of like possibly moves on to somebody else. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like Tiffany is going to somehow make a comeback. Maybe Dean might. Maybe Rachel. I feel like they will come back somehow and be like, I told you so. And yeah, I feel like some sort of weirdness is going to happen. Like, maybe new characters, maybe new friends. I'm hoping Emily comes back. She's awesome. She's a really great friend. And I really liked her, and she's a person that Eden was getting really jealous over at first, because she's just like, all of a sudden, like, Tyler comes back with this girl and she's like, who is this girl? And he's like, yeah, like nothing. And then she finds him like sleeping in Tyler's bed one night, and she's like, are you sure that nothing's happening? And he's just like, no, she just like fell asleep on the bed, like, I promise you nothing's happening. So yeah, but Emily's just like, no way, nothing's ever happened with them, they're just really, really good friends. So yeah, I don't really know what is gonna happen, but that literally was the synopsis of the whole book, because I remember it fresh in my head, which is a reason why we should review books literally after we finish reading them, because it's all fresh in the mind. But yeah, I love this book so much, and the ending, I was even distraught, but it does leave me wanting to read the 3rd book and find out what's going to happen next with Eden and with Tyler's adventures. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like it's going to be interesting. It's really interesting. So if you guys have been watching this section, it should mean that you've hopefully read this book, or that you don't mind being spoiled on everything that happened in the 2nd book. But yeah, I totally enjoyed it. Again, 5 out of 5 Kit Kats, totally worth the read for me. I just love these sort of forbidden romance books. If you guys have read any forbidden romance books, then let me know down below in the comments what you thought. bit about them and what ones that you'd recommend to me and that sort of thing. Like, it's one of my favourite tropes. I just love forbidden romances. I just love those sort of like really awesome situations where it's pure angst. So that's it for the end of my book talk on Did I Mention I Need You by Estelle Maskame. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, give me a thumbs up. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the book, about my thoughts about a situation that happened in the book or anything, let me know down below in the comments. Or if it's going to be a spoilery sort of thing, then I suggest you message me. My Twitter DMs are open, or you can email me. All of my links and all that are down below in the description, so you can do it that way. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I will see all of you wonderful awesome people in my next video. Bye.